I think I'm going to do a video on our car rental here in Malta. We are at Compass Car Hire now. I did read some bad reviews for people's experience in Malta, but this place had really good reviews. So we're actually just going to get this car just here across the way. Once we get all wrapped up, I'll get out of here and tell you what we paid. And I want to go along and tell you about our experience as far as the booking, the return, and the car in general as we use it while we're here. We've booked it for 21 days. So if you're curious and you're interested in booking a car here, stay tuned and we'll let you know about our experience. So we hit a brief snag. The car rental agency wants a cash deposit as well as a basically a hold on the card in case of an accident or something to that effect. It was basically like one was for tickets and violations and the other one was for damage caused to the vehicle. So unfortunately we were not able to complete it at the moment, but we have come over to an ATM to get the cash. Then after that we should be good to go. But I did want to say this particular rental agent does require a cash deposit. Well, we're not having the best luck so far. Him wanting that cash deposit forced us to do something that we haven't done in probably over a year, which is use our debit card. So we never use our debit cards, we only use our credit card. That way we can gain points for travel. So we went to the ATM machine to get the cash for the deposit, and the ATM machine let us know that our debit card had expired. So thankfully we have some USD, some cash, and also some euro back at our apartment. So we are good, but unfortunately that was a little hiccup. We don't really pay attention to our debit cards since, as I stated, we never use them. So don't be a bonehead like us and make sure that your debit cards, even if you do use your credit card when you travel, make sure your debit cards are not going to expire while you're out of the country. Unfortunately, the debit card expired 2 days ago. So that really sucks. All right, we got this beautiful Peugeot here, and I gotta say, it wasn't too hard of a process to get the car, no?
No, I mean, it could have been easier, but all in all, it wasn't bad.
Right, but I feel like the hiccups were our fault.
Yeah.
Like it was,
Yeah.
it was stated what the procedure was, and we tried to get it so that he would put the $200 cash deposit and our $150 hold fee, essentially, all on the credit card, knowing that that wasn't the procedure. He did agree to that, but unfortunately it was a misunderstanding, so that's why we ended up having to go get the cash. He misunderstood what we were saying. So we ended up actually leaving 180 USD with him, which would be equivalent to 150 euro. And so that way we didn't have to exchange any more USD into euro. He was willing to just take the USD we had. But here's the car we got. We should pop those mirrors in. I gotta say, you guys, that I was a bit anxious about driving because this is a manual, and not only is it a manual, they drive on the opposite side of what we would in the United States. So I was a bit hesitant, but it ended up being okay. I do know how to drive manual, thankfully. It's been a few years, but I think I did all right.
Yeah, you did great.
For sure. So far the car seems legitimate. He did leave it with the full tank of gas, and he said just return it with the full tank, otherwise pay him like 40 euro when we return it. So the checkout was pretty good. So far the car seems to be pretty legitimate. I didn't mess up or drive on the wrong side of the road so far, so we're doing all right. If you're curious, stay tuned and we'll let you know as we go along how the car functions and our experience with returning it, and as far as getting our deposit on the credit card and our cash deposit upon return. All right, I wanted to follow up on the car. We actually had it for 3 weeks now, and we're on our way to return it. Everything went well, the car ran well. The brakes actually were grinding pretty bad the first couple days we had it, so I contacted them. They had us bring it in the morning on like a Monday, and by the afternoon they had replaced the brakes and they had us come grab it and it was good to go. So it really didn't delay our trip at all. We did get a speeding ticket, unfortunately, but we're heading back to return it now, so we're going to settle up that speeding ticket. I'll let you know how that went versus what the actual cost is and what they charged us. I'm sure they're going to charge us an inconvenience fee. And also I'll follow through after we return it and let you know if the pending charges on our credit card drop. And also we left a cash deposit with them as well. I mentioned that in the beginning. We had to do a cash and a card deposit. So we should be getting $180 in USD back, but we're gonna head there now, and like I said, I'll follow up and let you guys know how it went. So I did want to add the rental agency. We did settle up with the speeding ticket. It was 35 euro, and he charged me an additional 15 euro, which I think is more than reasonable, considering he now has issues with his license. He was telling me he has some points from his license. Either way, it was in the contract, and I don't think it's unreasonable to be charged 15 euros for the ticket. And so we ended up paying, what was it, 50 euro for the ticket, so that wasn't bad. And then we paid actually 20 euros, and he brought us to the airport. So that was really convenient because we had already loaded all of our stuff in the car, and then he just brought us to the airport in the car. And when we came from the airport to our apartment, originally it was 35 euros, so he actually gave us a really good deal. We got a ride back to the airport for 15 euros cheaper than we originally did. But I will follow up, as I said, about the charges on the card and whether or not they drop off. But we really enjoyed the service, and I'll be sure to include the link in the description as well. So it's been a couple weeks since we left Malta, and I wanted to follow through with the rental car as far as the charges on our credit card dropping off. So everything worked out. The hold, or whatever it would be, the like authorization that he had on the card, that fell off. I was looking, I guess it fell off before we even actually left Malta, because we were there for 30 days, and I think that pending transactions only stay on your account for a couple of weeks, so that fell off now that I looked before we even left Malta. We didn't have any undiscussed charges come up, so yeah, we paid him for the speeding ticket when we arrived. I think it was like 35 or something I mentioned, but it wasn't very much at all, so that was pretty good. And everything seemed to have worked out. The original fee for the card, that went through on the card like immediately, like that same week, so we had already paid that off before the trip ended, obviously. So yeah, we're back in Spain now. We made it back to our house after not being here for 13 months after we left Malta, so that's pretty cool. But I just wanted to finish up this video, say everything worked out. I'll leave the link for the rental car company and a phone number if I have one. There should be one on the link. But anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Stay safe and stay sane out there.